Hello. Today we are going to be talking about Hexagram 56, appreciating that with some Chinese calligraphy. I'd like to get some ambiance going here. Alright, so this is the character for Hexagram 56. I'd like to share with you what the ancient character looked like. So this is out of the Complete I Ching by Master Alfred Huang. And this is the ancient character. We're going to put that beside it for the moment. Now, Master Huang says that what they wanted to do was show movement, and it was difficult or tricky to do that. But how did they do it? Well, they have a character here that represents a person that's either running from or getting ready to engage with these three people, and we're talking about a battle. And so these are two, this is a person and this is a person, reminiscent of the character for Ren, or person, right? So that's basically another way to write them. And this is their leader. And so they're showing movement in a linear fashion by having these three people give chase. Now, if we come over here, we can see like the evolution of this character into this modern character right here. Here's the person on the left-hand side, and this sort of kind of represents the three people. I mean, I suppose, you know, if I was looking at this tick, that tick, and that tick, and then that's, you know, Ren, I could totally see that as like maybe a thing. This is anyways, stuff, right? So I could see that. So what we're gonna do is we are going to recreate that character that's called Lu. It's called Lu, or meaning traveling. So I'm gonna get some ink on my brush here, load it up. Okay. We ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so there's my... Alright. So, it's going to start off with a dot. Then... Alright. Not too feeling bad about how things are going so far, calligraphically. Although that could change in an instant. Can you tell I practiced before this? Maybe not. That could use some work. Okay. Also, that can too. Okay, now, maybe you're wondering, okay, what's the big deal about traveling and why is it a hexagram? Anytime I get this, I always think about traveling in terms of what it's like to be a traveler. Sometimes I don't want to like make the people angry who are my hosts. I want to behave, all that kind of stuff. There's another way to look at this hexagram, and for me, it's to consider how I'm moving from myself now into a future version of me. I'm actually traveling. Now, with that in mind, let's look at some of the beginning characters that are describing the hexagram. So we're going to write the character for little, which is Xiao, and then Hung, which means little progress, little gains. So we'll write with a smaller brush now. Okay. Okay, there's little, and then hung. This brush is more difficult to control than this brush. And if you look at the bristles, they're actually, like, if you measure them, they're about the same. But the way they feel on the paper is that this, the bigger one, I can press on it more and it'll, you know, create the thicknesses of the characters. But if I press more with the little brush, it doesn't work. It just makes a mess. So I have to be a little more careful with that. Okay, so this means little progress or traveling step by step. Any kind of personal growth I need to do one step at a time, right? That's kind of how it comes across for me. Now there's 3 more characters that describe this hexagram. I'll bet you recognize the first one. Dot. Hong. Pia. That's right. We're doing Lu. It's actually mentioned again. So small gains and then traveling. Okay, next character. You've seen this one too. This is Zhen. Basically means the act of, or the activity, or looking for. It's hard to describe. I'm not an expert at that, and I'm just going to leave it for a second. The last one. Is the character for auspicious or good luck. So if we put all these together, we're basically saying that traveling, maybe moving outside one's comfort zone, maybe growing, something like that. Small gains, traveling brings good luck. So cool, right? There's way more to the hexagram than this. And I'm definitely not a teacher, just an admirer and appreciator. The hexagram itself, a little bonus, is we have basically a mountain. That's the lower trigram, and then the upper trigram is fire. So fire on the mountain. And when I was reviewing this with an I Ching partner, the thing came up, well, what is the fire on my mountain? Like, if I'm steady and solid, what's that fire? And it's different for all of us. It could be creativity, it could be impatience, it could be inspiration, It could be any kind of yang energy that's coming through my being. What I need to do is set that on top of a stillness. And if I allow it to grow incrementally, then I'll have gains. That's Hexagram 56. Thank you for appreciating that with me. I want to give thanks to the ancestors for deriving the hexagram system for us. Also give thanks to the ancestors for developing the system of writing that I find so beautiful.